and very well, I might add.
Appreciate it. Those are rough sometimes.
Oh, absolutely. No, and really, Seagull Joe lost a few heartbreakers to Dexter before as we go to Smashville for game number 1. And you know what? The more things change, the more they stay the same. Going back to the Smash 4 days when Smashville was the standard starter.
Yeah.
What changed?
The platform.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that's the biggest
obviously,
thing.
yeah.
But also, can we talk about how good the music is now? Who decided to go so hard for the Happy Home Designer theme? I am with it. Give me this remix.
It's literally the best thing about Happy Home Designer.
Yeah.
Is the remix in this game.
Yeah, that's facts. I wasn't a big fan of the game, but this remix goes.
It was nice, though. It was okay. Just okay. Oh, wow. Speaking of nice, good little deflection of the laser by Seagull Joe.
And we're going to see a lot of that down smash by the ledge because Wolf's recovery is very susceptible to being called out by that. Whether it be as up B or side B, they both can be forced in terms of, you know, getting kills on the ledge.
You know, it's so strange when you, I mean, some people love playing the Ditto, others hate it. I feel like the majority hate their character Dittos.
Mm-hmm.
But it's got to be so strange when you're dealing with Wolf, especially just because you know your character's recovery isn't exactly the best in the world. And also when you're dealing with that down smash, it's like your character's biggest strength all of a sudden becomes your biggest weakness.
Mm-hmm. Especially a player who kind of wrote the book on Wolf. Maybe not in this game, but, you know, he wrote the prequel. And that has to count for a lot.
Oh, for sure, man. I mean, yeah, and you got to read the prequel for all the context, man. That's where all the good stuff is, really. Back throw, Seagull, not quite getting the kill there. Tags Dexter, sitting at 148% right now, so still in an advantage in terms of points on the board, but for how long? And yeah, you know what? That's for how long. Dexter is going to suffer the first stock loss. Seagull Joe playing with a boatload of confidence right now. However, Dexter returns the favor in kind, J-Dog.
Why does he keep going for that up B? That's what I was like just kind of wondering, because Dexter goes for that more than almost any other Wolf I've seen. And sometimes when it works, it looks like the smartest thing ever. But like maybe 2/3 of the time, he either like gets punished and dies for it, or just gets nothing off of it. I gotta ask him about his thought process on it sometimes.
Now Dexter, I mean, he's playing well, but what's Seagull Joe doing better right now? As we see Dexter, he's being taken to task here by Seagull Joe.
And I feel like this might be one of those weird loopholes for Wolf, where in that like he might not be good at approaching against his own tools, because Shine is a bit of a commitment, and Laser, you know, is a very powerful option. But I guess his juggles work well against someone with his fall speed and weight. I don't know. I'm just kind of thinking out loud here, but right now it's looking dead even. Again, Dexter getting the up tilt, but a sour spot one, so not quite enough to seal the stock, and getting his dash attack stuffed out, but that back air, there was no escape from that one.
Big old boot to the face, and that's going to be how Seagull Joe, this is his second stock. So Dexter, all of a sudden, I mean, right back into this thing, and it could be evened up at any moment, but every single point of extra credit is just a little bit more confidence with which Dexter is going to be playing, and all of a sudden that advantage that Seagull Joe had could just be vaporizing. Good for him for cleaning up that second stock. Yes. But at the same time, man, I mean, Seagull Joe was dominating the earlier proceedings in this matchup, and I'm trying to figure out, I'm still trying to figure out what exactly Dexter was doing to let himself get into that disadvantageous state so often as he has here.
Oh, he side B'd. I think he had to. I don't know if he touched the ground after that forward smash. And because of that side B, his options were locked. Check, 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 mate. We've seen what that down smash can do so many times, and we're going to see it a bit more because these Wolves are looking sharp tonight.
Checkmate indeed. Is the king about to be toppled in winners semifinals? Seagull Joe on the verge of doing so. Town and City will be the destination, it seems like, for game number 2. And now, you talk about your differences between Smash 4 and Smash Ultimate. Lowest competitive ceiling in Smash 4, I believe the highest in Ultimate, yes? It depends on the current list, but when the game came out and we saw the legal stages, it was the highest in terms of blast zone.
Oh, you mean Town City?
Town and City, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if it's highest, but I do know it's mad high. Like, it still kind of throws me for a loop at how long people are living off the top in this stage. So,
oh no!
Wait.
Seagull Joe, that's not how you want to open the door, man.
And Joe, even he was surprised there. I don't know what he could have been looking for with the B button. None of his options with B would have been good. I guess he just fat-fingered it. It had to have been that.
I mean, it must have been. Misinputs happen. If I sound louder, it's because I'm still holding my head at that. That's just, oh, that's terrible, man. And not even like that's a terrible play or like or crapping on the guy. It's more just
unlucky.
Yeah, yeah, no, and I just feel bad for the guy.
Well, Joe's not having any time to feel bad for himself because he's already starting to bring it back.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, last thing you need is a Seagull Joe with motivation staring you down, and Dexter is really going to have to show his worth here, as he has the past couple of tournaments, two-time defending champion, of course. Neutral air from Seagull Joe. Not going to challenge him too much, however. 69 percentage points worth of damage hanging off of him. Dexter taking full advantage of Seagull Joe's early mistake, which hangs heavy over this matchup, J-Dog. Let's be real.
Yeah, it really changed the entire landscape of how aggressive Joe has to be. Now Joe has to be the one going in every single time. He doesn't have any time or real estate to kind of mess around and play, normal footsies. He has to go in. And, even though that laser is racking up some damage, he still has to go in and get that bread and butter.
Now Dexter in a very good position here in this game number 2. And now all of a sudden those things that he had to worry about in game number 1, the way that Seagull Joe was sticking and moving and frankly dominating that game number 1, the earlier proceedings, he doesn't need to worry about that nearly as much in such a good position. Not impossible for Seagull Joe by any stretch of the imagination. But yeah, you're going to be sent back to space on that second stock.
I mean, we saw what he can do against Osiris. A comeback is definitely workable for Seagull Joe, and he's starting to make it. He could just get one smash attack here and functionally have an even game. Oh, and he almost gets it there. The down smash reaches so far below the ledge. It doesn't even have to two-frame you. It could just hit you. Another one. Oh, that takes me back, man. Raw Wolf. Sometimes he would just do that. Flick the C-stick around. If you get hit, it's your fault.
I still have bad memories of my older brother playing Meta Knight. Like, he needed to play Meta Knight against me.
That's older brother privilege. He knew what he was doing.
Yeah, no, I'm going to have a talk with him tonight. They sit in my hotel room in Laurel.
It's like, hey, remember that time where you picked Meta Knight? That wasn't cool, man.
Yeah, no.
We're gonna have to do that. I was your little brother, man.
We're going to have a heart-to-heart. He is actually doing the phone pantomime with his hand, too. I can confirm this. Dexter at 178%. This stock is going to be lost, and you would have to think anyway. Ooh. Seagull Joe right now, pretty decent position, and yeah, back throw is going to kill, especially there.
But each time, Joe's been doing a good job just making it closer and closer. And now with this string, if that had connected, we still almost have an even game despite him SDing at 0%. And now Seagull Joe took his first lead of this entire game. He's not trying to let it stop there.
Shout out to Steak LOL for the subscription. Holla at your boy, man. Enjoy the emotes. Now, the back throw once again from Seagull Joe. And shout out to Seagull Joe for how much he's kept his composure to pull this back. Unbelievable stuff.
And not easy at all, especially against Dexter. Now, either of them could die to the next smash attack, and they both know it. They're both looking for it. Up smash, down smash, neither finding the mark, and because of these high ceilings, the dash attack won't kill just yet.
He's been making it back to the stage so well, looking for that down smash, and is that going to do it? Indeed, it will be Dexter, who, I mean, he had some garbage on his plate and turned it into gold, and he ties it up at 1.
And I feel like if that had gone on for a little bit longer, that would have been a death for Dexter. 1-1, but God, that was as close as it gets. As Wolf said, you're good, but I'm better. Dexter sealing it away. Barely.
Oh, man, from rags to riches. Dexter, I mean, he had it, and the thing is that it was way closer than Dexter would have liked. He could have very easily have kind of crawled up in a ball and died as we go to Town and City for game number 3. Seagull Joe, he wants that back, man, because he knows how much that mistake cost him in this game, in that game number 2. So he says, you know what? There's no more mistakes to be had. There are no more provisions to be had for you, Dexter. You're going to have to earn this game 3 victory and earn your spot against ZD in winners final.
Yeah, but if you're Dexter, you have to be a little bit shook at that, because it's like he literally SD'd at 0 and was almost able to bring it back. It's like, dang, what do I have to do to put, like, you know, lid on this? Apparently, you have to do a little bit more as as Seagull starts to get his momentum going. He has a stock lead. Both of them kind of answering back and forth. The tempo has been evenly paced, but, Joe's just been getting more out of each interaction.
Trading nairs until they get back to neutral, and Dexter says, you know what? I got a little something for you. Please, I insist that you keep this. It's a Thunderous. And now, Dexter with a slight disadvantage, but Seagull Joe, you know, I have to give it to him, man. Seagull Joe did not give up in that game number 2, and I really don't feel like he should hang his head for having lost it, because let's face it, that was a big mistake that he made, but he's not letting that get to him. As you can see right there, he's going to take his second stock, and Dexter right now hanging on by a wing and a prayer. Wing of an R-wing, perhaps? Who knows? But either way, he's got the advantage state. He's not going to ledge trap. Seagull Joe trying to work his way around it. Indeed, he does.
Now he's forcing all these trades. And when you have a stock lead, you can take trades all day. That's fine. You can afford to take that damage. Your opponent can't.
Oh, yeah. No, hey, we take those, man. Dexter, I mean, he's just trying to build up the damage as much as he possibly can. Seagull Joe playing a much more careful game right now than we're used to, than Dexter is, I would believe.
Now both of them recovering high. Dexter tries to get an up tilt right there, not quite finding it. And Joe's beyond death percent. I feel like Dexter will probably start fishing for a kill soon. Like that up smash. You kind of have to start fishing for a kill. Wolf doesn't have a lot of kill setups unless you're Zach Ray and, you know, 15-year-old Japanese kid and genius at the game. But he does have a lot of pressure. Ooh.
Oh my, Dexter, he's hanging on, but for how long? Seagull Joe with a definitive advantage here, and Dexter's gonna have to be oppressive.
He doesn't have a jump. Oh no!
And Dexter, unfortunately, winds up below the stage. Seagull Joe looked like his